yeah, we back, y'all.
How come I gotta forgive and forget? Walk around acting like you ain't done no silly shit.
Episode 104.
Silly boy, silly boy. Shattered my mind, trying to protect your heart, and I forgot about mine.
We live, baby. Let's go.
But then I woke up one day, realized I can't stay your way.
Break it down. I'm getting too much of this already. I love this. I love this intro. I can't do it. I can't do it today. Not today. Not today. Bring it down. 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 Welcome, episode 104, Candid Talk with yours truly, Anthony Train Johnson. I'd like to shout you out at home at the podcast on Spreaker. Shout you out anybody on YouTube, anybody sitting here supporting this show. Thank you so much. And y'all know how it is, man. We're excited. We give it to y'all the way y'all love it, man. Real Candid Talk. But today, we don't have one guest. We got plenty, as my mommy says. The cast of Sunday Morning is here. The wonderful cast of Sunday Morning. If you don't know, Sunday Morning's production is brought to you by award-winning director Daniel Barksdale, who's by my right. I will introduce him soon. And this play is on tour right now, visiting cities on the East Coast and neighboring states near Virginia. And I want to bring you guys on here so you guys can talk to the people, let them know about yourself, and let's just have some fun here, man. For the people at home, I will let you get to know this wonderful cast I've had the pleasure of working with the last year and a half or so. Just love them, just full of personality, man. We're just gonna go down the line. They're gonna let you know about themselves and let you know why they got into acting. Let's start with the far end, please.
Brenda Spinner. I am Evelyn in the play, and I just enjoy acting.
And I'm Adrienne Austin, and I'm an assistant to Daniel Barksdale. And I just enjoy being behind the scenes and supporting the cast, and I just have a lot of fun.
I'm Reverend Herb Albert, and I play the role as Pastor Franklin. And what I like about performing is it's an innovative way of spreading a gospel message, getting a message out that some people won't come to a church to see, but something for everyone. So I really enjoy being able to participate with this wonderful cast.
Tamika Younger. I play Officer Cheryl. I really enjoy being a part of this production and many others. I really enjoy being able to bring someone else's story to life. So.
And I'm Daniel Barksdale. I'm the writer and director of Sunday Morning. And I don't act, but I love doing everything behind the scenes, encouraging the cast as they do their thing.
And as y'all know, Anthony Train Johnson, the host of your wonderful podcast. I love doing it all. I love entertaining, love talking too much, and I love acting. And my character Jordan is actually different from me, but you'll enjoy that, and we'll get into that more later in the show. To my left.
My name is Jatan Rucker, and I play Olivia. The thing I like about acting is that I get to take on a character that has traits that I don't naturally possess, so it takes a little work to try and tap into that or dig down and find those characteristics or attributes to bring her to life.
My name is Rhonda Coles. I play, Lord, I forgot who I play.
Hello, everyone.
Who I play? I'm Rhonda. Who do I
That's Rhonda, yeah. Director, you want to help her out? Director about
Who do I
Daniel?
play?
Daniel's like to help her out?
I was like, wait a minute. I'm sorry. My name is Rhonda Coles. I play Monica. And I enjoy acting because it's an outlet for me. It allows me to express myself in a creative manner, and I enjoy seeing the words on paper come to life.
Ms. Tracy.
Hello. I'm Tracy Christian. I play Joyce. I love making people laugh. I like acting. I like singing. I like dancing, but I don't do that now.
My name is Vivian Hubbard. I'm retired and enjoying the retired life, and this gives me an outlet, something to look forward to.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we have others on this cast we'd like to shout out real quick. Angelina Dawn, wonderful actress. Jamon Haskins, another actor of ours. And shout out to our crew and our sound guys. Kevin, Darius, Josh. Much love to y'all. We always got to show them guys some love because we wouldn't be here without the full crew and us being a full family.
Yes.
So, speaking of family, you know, working with this cast, I kind of feel like we've all became a family over time. Could any of you give, I'll start with Reverend Albert. Coming into this production, how do you feel the family factor of us has helped us, and how do you think that's going to help us in the future? And what do you say about just being able to connect with the people you work with and how far they get you?
Well, that was 3 questions.
Yes, it was.
I think when we started production on this, we weren't as close, obviously as close as we are now. And I think I believe we were all willing to share and to give of ourselves, and we were willing to trust one another beyond the script, beyond the play itself, beyond what we signed up to do. And I think because of that, what I've seen and what I've felt is the individual and collective relationships just grew stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where I think I could honestly say that everybody really enjoys not just coming to practice, not just performing, but being in each other's company, because we've truly bonded. And it's very unique because the ages range from early 20s to 70s. We have very varied backgrounds and personalities and all of that, but all of that aside, we still find ways to mesh. We respect each other, and we treat each other with respect, and we learn to get along, and wherever we have differences, we talk it out, we communicate. And I think it's been a very positive thing for each of us. I mean, I look forward to coming to practice. It's like I get to see another family. I get to hang out with people that I love. I get to hang out with a group of real, honest, transparent, vibrant, giving individuals. And that's not always easy to find in our world or in our lives and in our circles sometimes. But I really enjoy it, and I think what I get from people is that they do as well.
That's very good points right there, Rev. And I want to say this, bring it back to the family aspect. There had to be someone to put this family together. And that brings us back to our director, Daniel Barksdale. Having a vision to put characters and people in roles is a talent in itself. You can miscast people in a heartbeat. That vision, Daniel, besides the actual production of the plays, which is very, very well produced, casting, what do you see in the person? How do you know that one's perfect for that role?
Not to make it spiritually led, but it's all God-given. Because when I write the plays, I know exactly who should play what. And I know it's God saying this person's supposed to play this person and that person's supposed to play that person based on if I worked with them before. But if I, like you, like I've never worked with you before, then I pray and say, well, God, send me the right person for this role. And it never fails that the right person comes for the role. Because before I met you, a person who I wanted for the role, who I thought would be great for the role, he couldn't do it. And not to say, you know, I was happy that he couldn't. That wasn't the case, but it wasn't who God intended for the role. And so whenever I listen to God, I'm telling you, he never, ever fails me. So that's how, and I know this is all him, because everybody who has a character in the show is who they're supposed to play.
Yes.
Because they embody the character.
And I said something about that because, speaking of my role, I'm known as the funny, happy-go-lucky guy. When I got the script for this production and I read Jordan's role, I'm thinking, wow, Daniel must got the wrong guy. Not to give away too much here, because we're contractually obligated not to give away too much for the show. But my character is opposite of my demeanor. You know, it's a darker character, it's more of a villainized character. So when I'm reading the script and all this, I'm seeing this anger and all this vitriol, I'm like, this guy wants me to try this out. All right. And through God, through prayer, locked in, and it done a lot for me as far as just learning the craft of acting and getting out of myself. I think the best thing for me to learn to be the actor I want to be is starting off someone that's nothing like me at all. You know, so I definitely thank you for actually, you know, doing that. And I actually want to thank Jamon also. Jamon Haskins, I think, was the one who contacted me.
Well, actually, it was Angelina.
Was Angelina
was the one who I had talked to Angelina about trying to find somebody for the character, and Angelina had mentioned your name.
Okay.
And I think Jamon had backed her up with what she said.
There we go.
And then that's how they both tag teamed.
You see how you have angels in places you don't even know.
Yeah.
I haven't even, Angelina, I've never been on a talk-to-talk basis all the time with her. I had her on Facebook, and Jamon, we worked one time before on the project. And just the impression that you can leave on people will help you out in the long run. Oh man, y'all guys are good already. Okay, so we went around, we found out who you guys are. I would like to know what was the most, and I'm gonna ask you guys this question. I really want to go around the room. What was the most challenging thing for you when you jumped into acting? Go ahead, man. I really want to know what challenged y'all.
I had a lot of challenges and still got them. But memorizing the script.
Round of applause for that one. Round of applause. Bravo, great answer. That's a perfect answer. Continue. Yes. She wrapped up, she's done. Perfect. And now for Adrian, far as being an assistant director, which is very demanding.
Yes.
What is it like to be? Are you a very poignant person in your life? Is everything tic-tac all? Do you organize your day when you wake up all the way down to go to sleep? I think Adrian does. She's
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Well, this was an awesome opportunity because I've never been part of like this creative outlet. And so it was a way to kind of bring those organizational kind of skills to this creative outlet. And so it's been the best of both worlds, really.
Wow. Adrian's a lifesaver, and I can't explain.
Oh.
Like lifesaver. Rev, on to you.
Challenge for this production or
Just in general,
In general.
acting, when you got into this thing, what made you second guess? It could be anything. It could be you being a pastor and dealing with people maybe feeling some type of way about you being an actor. It could be anything.
With this production, I think the biggest challenge that I had was I going to be able to maintain my spiritual integrity as a pastor, as a minister, as a preacher in the local community by doing something secular that is not always seen as the correct thing to do by some persons. And people's opinions are, they're varied and they're many, but I just had to make sure that my involvement would not bring a negative light on the church, on the office of a minister, pastor, or preacher in any kind of way, because I don't want to, whether I wanted to or felt okay with it, I just wanted to make sure that I was representing God and the church and those offices in a way that was always going to be pleasing to God. And so after prayer, after looking at the script, after feeling out what my role and my character and the storyline as well, because it wasn't just me, that my role that I had to be concerned. I had to be concerned with the story and the message that was being portrayed. Because again, I mean, it's not just about what I do, it's what about we do. And if I'm part of what we do, I wanted to make sure that was intact. And I feel I've gotten great response and feedback from people in the religious community that I'm aware of. I haven't gotten feedback from everybody, but everybody has opinions, and that's okay. But I've gotten feedback spiritually in my spirit from God that what I'm doing is pleasing in His sight. So that's my main thing, and I can stand on that, and I will stand on that. But that was my initial challenge. I always liked drama. I always liked performances, and I've done some behind the scenes stuff with directing some stuff in churches and things like that. I always wanted to do that, and it never really worked out, but this came available, and I said, well, let me give this a shot. It was kind of a different, I did do a little bit when I was much younger off Broadway with another organization, and that was wonderful as well. We did some international travel, but I never really pursued a career or even a passion. I didn't have a passion to do it, but this was, the timing was right and the opportunity was right.
Perfect. It worked out right to me.
So I think the most challenging thing for me, I started acting in high school a whole bunch of years ago. I don't need to talk about that, but and I did it because I wanted to not be afraid of talking to people. That was the main reason why I did it. I wanted to be a nurse, and I knew that as a nurse I needed to talk to people, and I was really, really shy, like really shy. And so that was my main reason for doing it. So the challenge for me still lies in getting out of my own head during performances, because I am still very introverted, believe it or not. I have learned to be an extrovert in situations where I need to be an extrovert, but it's not really who I am. And so it's me, the biggest challenge is getting out of my head and before performances, knowing that I'm playing a character, this is not me they're seeing somebody else, so that I'm not doing what I'm doing mostly at the beginning of every performance, and Reverend Albert has to come over and say, it's okay. Every time, because I'm like, until I do it. You know, so that's been my biggest challenge, is getting out of my own head and knowing that I need to operate in the gift that God gave me and be confident in that gift.
Daniel, challenge. Directing, there's a lot of challenges there, I know. What was the most challenging thing when you got into directing? And it could be challenging you right now to this day. What comes to mind?
The most challenging thing I would think would be, in the beginning, I didn't know my voice, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I just, when I first started doing the plays, I felt like I was a child, so I was just immature with my thinking. So, but now I think I've really stepped into the role as a director, and I can, tell you this is what I want, this is what I need from you. And business-wise, I can sit down and be like, okay, this is X, Y, and Z. I don't like this, fix this, change this, but do it in a respectful way. When I was 16 years old, I had people around me, and it was more so I was just feeding off of what they said. But now it's more so I can step in and be like, look, this is what I want, because I'm old enough to say it respectfully. So, that was my challenge, is to grow into the director role when I stepped away from acting and just fully embody that. And I'm still working on it. I'm not there yet, but I'm better than what I was.
Nice. And as for me, honestly, acting is something I always, I was always was in entertainment since I was 6 or 7 years old. So I always appreciated acting. I appreciated radio. I studied these things when I was younger. I always prepared myself for the future, and I was saying that I would end up doing something like this. But the most challenging thing for me was either I've acted before, I've done stage play before, I've done, skits and things like that before, but going into the dark character that I was going into and making sure that I had to remember that you can detach from, you have to be this character. Right? I would, first give the character off, and I would give his lines the way he should, but there'd be certain parts of it where a little bit of me would come out. And I had to sit down and talk to myself. And this thing about this role that made it so dynamic, I was going through so much when I first got into this play. I was going through depression and all that stuff like that. So I'm trying to get into a dark role while going through depression, not trying to get lost in the sauce in this role. But I have to be this role. So once I separated the real from the fiction and said, hey man, people come to pay good money to see Jordan be this villain. You got to give them their worth. So once that switch hit my head, I was able to turn that switch and literally turn into him. And but that was the most challenging thing for me when I got into it, is like the ranges of acting, the ranges of skill you may have to have for a character that you may need to be on, which is a blessing that Daniel got me into such a wide range for me, a harder range for me early on my acting. So it just came out to be great. But that's one of the things I can think of. What about you, Charles?
My challenge is similar to yours, except my character being the opposite of yours. I have to tap into the softer side, and
It's hard for her, y'all.
we're just gonna say
It's hard for her.
we just thank
Hard for her.
God for therapy, and shout out to PCHP for this copay that I can afford therapy. Jesus Lord. This guy. Yes, we have practice on on Tuesday, I have therapy on Wednesday, and that is how this production rolls. Okay?
That's how I stay safe, actually. Yeah, that's how I stay safe.
That's the challenge in this one, is that Olivia is in a place that I think I may have paralleled in my life before, but I've never really been there. Yeah, I without giving away too much of the character, I think that's the best way I can put it, is that and I really hope that I don't ever be like Olivia. I'm gonna let you know that now. I don't think I can do it. And ain't enough therapy in America. Right. You ain't got but 1-2 times to talk to me like that. And it's on. It's on. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Jatan. Moving right along.
That's how it's followed.
Isn't she always?
For me, as an adult acting versus acting when I was younger, it's been a challenge because I'm a mom and I have my child who's older now and doesn't like to come to me practices, who I've had to, and I've not always had such a caring director such as Daniel, who's amazing. So it was always a challenge of me wanting to do something in the realm of acting and knowing that I felt like I could do it, but also making sure that I had a balance between what I wanted to do for my outlet and being a parent, which is what I needed to be. So that's been a challenge. It has been a challenge for me even in this production because I have my godson, and so that's a challenge sometimes in itself because I feel like I'm the only person always walking in with this little fella bopping around with a backpack. So, waiting to see whose phone he can take to the night, who he can convince to take him to the bathroom. But everyone is always so open and so willing, and they look forward to seeing him. So that's been a blessing. But it honestly has also been a challenge because there were times I wanted to walk away from acting because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't taken away from being a mom.
Ms. Tracy.
Challenge. I like challenges.
Spicy.
Acting it's a passion. It's a passion. It's a passion for me. I like the challenge. I like performing. I like being in front of a lot of people. If that's, I don't know if you guys understand that feeling, but I like it. I like challenges. So, and I like this cast, and Daniel is a sweetheart. We didn't know each other, and I don't know. I think we just clicked.
We did.
And Jamon, I knew Jamon from work, and I was telling him, I want to be on the play, I want to do it. And he said, well, it's cold. And he said, I tell Daniel about it, and I said, okay. And Daniel called me that evening, and we just clicked, because it's what I want to do. I think he saw that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Miss Vivian?
Well, I can't really say my roles have been that challenging. Daniel knows me so well. He always puts me right where I am right now. But in this production, I think that it was a little bit harder for me when we got to the end, and I really had to do something different from what I have been doing in past plays with him. So thank you for that opportunity. I hope I hit it.
You did.
Oh, you did.
Oh,
you
yes.
did.
Now, I'm going to ask this real quick. And sound, let me know if you can hear me on my mic. If not, I'll borrow Daniel's mic. Daniel, yep, we're gonna borrow Daniel's mic. We're live on Candid Talk, episode 104. Anthony Train Johnson, Sunday morning. Please like, subscribe, and share. All right, so I gotta throw the plug in there. Yep, okay, well, now we're good to go, guys. So, Daniel, since all of us are afraid, since we're contractually obligated, to not say too much about this play. So we're going to let the people at home that want to know something more about this play. Can you give them any type of insight of the plot, what you're thinking of why you put this together, or just Sunday morning in general? Because I have people that haven't been to the production, and they're like, man, what exactly? And I'm like, I'll start thinking about them papers and stuff, right? I'll start thinking about the fine print. I'm like,
You know what you signed.
Say nothing.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Say nothing.
Have to buy a ticket.
Well, the title is Sunday morning.
I don't know what the
That's about it. Okay. So Daniel, please give the people who haven't seen this, give them something. Just give them a little something about Sunday morning.
It's basically about things that are happening in this church, and it's just a whole lot of, family turmoil, drama, secrets, everything that's happening, and a pastor is trying to navigate it all while he's trying to tell this huge news to the church that's really going to change the dynamic of the church, but he has to navigate through all of the confusion, chaos, and kind of turmoil that's happening within his church. And I feel like a lot of this is going on in a lot of churches today. So when people come and see the show, they can leave with, oh, well, I've known about this situation because the situation happens in my church, or I've been to a church that, I've been to before, and it's kind of happened there. So, I feel like that's basically what Sunday morning is about. So, and y'all can talk a little bit more. We did
Look,
like
look at
80
that.
shows, so y'all can feel free to talk.
trying to get
Jump a little
fired.
bit.
Yeah.
Y'all can talk a little bit more.
Y'all can talk.
I'm going first. I'll go.
You go first?
I'll go first.
Just don't get no plot twists or anything like that away.
Yeah, no As you can see, Daniel Barksdale is very professional. He gave you a movie trailer without giving you any real plot to the movie, but you got the perfect idea. Man. You can't do that. I would start off just like that and then accidentally get the whole end of the whole play. So that's perfect right there.
He got us signing NDAs like Beyonce. But
We're not. So I want to play a little game here.
you ain't tough on no games.
I did not at all. But it'll be fun. I will. This game is going to be called, hold on, let's get our dramatic sound, please. Dramatic sound, please. Dramatic sound. Okay. Moving on. This game is called Who's Most Likely To. And you all, you all can blurt out and say anything, any name you want. We might be yelling the same name at the same time. Or everybody might be quiet. All right, let's start this thing off, just so you people at home can get to know the cast personality a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so let's start this thing off with, let's be gentle. Who's most likely to come over-prepared? Over-prepared. I'm going to answer Adrian already. Maybe I answered already in my head. Adrian's going to be overly prepared.
That's true.
It's like she's never going to slip.
Yes.
Pens, tape, water, batteries, snacks.
Who's most likely to knock the edge off in the crew? Who's most likely to calm you down? Any answers? Any ideas? Pastor? Really? Okay, Pastor's winning that one. Okay. Who's most likely to do the most outrageous thing?
Jamal.
Well, if you don't know, Jamal is not here right now. Jamal is one of the characters in our play.
But flash his outfit up here, right?
Yeah, we'll have his. We'll flash. We won't flash him. We will have Jamon's picture for you guys. Please, yes, we will. Woo, we're getting a little hot in here, boys. Woo, getting a little stormy in here. It's a quiet storm, boys. Oh, it's a quiet storm. I'm sorry. Okay, moving right along. So, who's most likely to? Let's see here. Who is most likely to? Who is the funniest person in the crew and cast? This is a hard one for me. Who is the cast and crew? Who is the? This is hard for me, y'all. Who makes us laugh the most here?
Can we say more than one? I mean,
You can go first, second, third. You can just name. You can say top 4. You can name somebody. Somebody. I gotta say something. I got something in my head already. And he's behind the camera.
They catch you off guard.
I know. You're looking at me. The camera's. You're thinking you're gonna say me, right? I'm like, no. Not at all. Actually, I'm very reserved. So what you see Very reserved. You know,
Reserved.
these guys. So first of all, we'll say Kevin, who's the sound guy, tech guy. He is literally, I don't know what he will say, but I know it's going to be funny every time. Kevin will say exactly what's on his mind, and it's perfect every time. Now the ladies here, Miss Tracy, funny from the beginning. From the beginning, Tracy, well, I was laughing, her laughing. Tracy can laugh and I'll be laughing. She's so full of life, so full of spirit. And also, let's go on over to Miss Brenda here. Okay, when Miss Brenda was casted for this, you know, she came in and I was like, oh, that's a nice lady right there. You know?
How long it take you to do that?
That's an hour. I'm like, wow, this lady's dynamite. It's good to have people like that on your cast to help you laugh all the time and help you feel good. Brenda does it, Tracy does it, Kevin does it. Jamon would do it without even trying.
Yeah.
Jamon is funny naturally without even trying.
It's funny.
Just funny.
It's funny.
And I would like to just go along and say, you know, just opinions when I first came in. Something you guys can give somebody, if you have any outlandish or anything that stands on top of your head about your castmates. I know when I first came in, I remember thinking to myself when I looked at Vivian and Rev, and I believe Tracy also, I said, man, I got to be ready, man. I got to have my stuff together. I felt like they were so professionally, like I was like, I'm in a room with professional actors for real. When I first stepped in, and not that you all didn't, it was the fact that I got there a little bit early and I was just peeping before we even started. I'm just nosing Vivian got her stuff. She moving through her stuff. I'm knowing Tracy got her. Okay, they got sticky notes. Okay, all right. And then I'm like, oh, straight fair. And then, you know, Daniel's like, oh yeah, by the way, no script by such and such and such. Oh my God, I'm going to away. I want to drown. So I overly practiced so hard that I had my lines before anybody else. I've been worse than anybody else, being the new guy in the crew. But that's what happens when you work around people who are good at what they do. Do any of you guys have any opinions of, maybe you just kind of realize something about somebody or in the crew? Anybody, anything interesting that you noticed about your castmates when you first came along?
I'll start.
There we go.
I'll start. Because I came in late after everybody, so Trey thinks he's the newest cast member, but actually it's me. Because I was the last one.
I'm the newest actor. I'm the first one who I've never acted before.
Okay,
that's what they got experience. Okay, they got experience. Yeah.
But I didn't know anybody. I knew Angelina because I had worked with her in a previous play, and I knew Reverend Albert from last 20 plus years. But I didn't know anybody else. So I was like, okay, what, and then immediately I thought, Miss Vivian's gonna keep us all grounded. She's gonna make sure we all stay on the up and up. I just knew that from her. Miss Tracy reminded me of my mama so much. Like I was like, yes, we're gonna get along just fine. And of course I thought Miss Brenda was hilarious because I realized in the first 15-20 minutes she was absolutely hilarious. Just recently I have found out how hilarious Rhonda is and like real. Like I'm like, you my girl, Rhonda. And Jatan, I instantly felt like, oh, we like sisters or something. Like we have some kind of interesting connection, but I didn't get a chance to know everybody until kind of late because sometimes I want to practice because of other things, and then sometimes I'm late and different things like that. But getting to know this whole crew has been just so interesting because everybody brings such different things to the table. And it's like a wonderful marriage, like a wonderful seasoning to your food. Like everybody brings something special, something that's really impactful.
I think it all works together. It works. It blends.
Yeah.
It's like when you mentioned food. It's like nobody's adding anything to it that's gonna make the flavor off or destroy the total dish. It's like adding something to your cake batter that really shouldn't be in a cake batter. You don't want to put spicy pepper in a sweet cake,
Right.
Yeah.
So I think what we bring to the table and what we add, personalities, even our personal stories, that we've shared with each other. We've found comfort in that. We found support in that, and that's just continued to grow us and make us stronger. You know. So I think it is, and we're continuing to learn more from just these interviews. You know, when you ask the question, what challenges? I'm sure that some of us heard something for the first time that everybody responded to that challenges them or challenged them in general. So I think we're continuing to find out more and more about each other because of the opportunity and the willingness to share.
And also the age, working with younger people.
You still younger people, Mr.
You know, I like working with the younger age, and like Pastor and Evelyn, it's fun. And
So you
y'all
like
with
the
us,
you like the
and you
whole-
guys.
You like working with the old people too? I heard. Did you hear that?
No, it's
She
not
like working
many
with the
of
old
us
people too,
old.
right?
We're not many of us old. We're a little older than you guys. And it just the combination of the ages.
But if you remember when we started, when we first started, the old folks sat over here. I'm serious. There was a physical separation. The old folks sat over here, the younger folks sat here, and then the younger folks sat in the back. And I decided I'm gonna start changing my seat because we gotta get to know one another. We gotta share, we gotta talk. And so I purposely would sit next to people and start, just conversation. Look, I mean, we gotta start somewhere.
I like people of all ages.
Jaton, what'd you say?
So the group was kind of naturally divided, and we had the seasoned saints and the heathens. That's why you're walking around. So the seasoned saints are a little further in their journey, and after practice they talking about going to revival and Bible study. And the heathens was over here was like, where we going to drink?
Shots.
But it's not
That's where you are now. It's just where you are. And I'm just saying that, diversity is good.
It is.
Yes.
For everybody.
And nobody stepped on anybody's toes because of where we were.
Right.
We still respected one another.
Yes.
That's where you are, that's where we
Yes,
are, that's
right.
where I am, and that was fine. Nobody judged or criticized because you want to go out and get shots afterwards, or you go into revival. Nobody called us holy rollers, and we didn't call nobody heathens.
We're gonna cut to Miss Brenda, please.
Train, I got something to say about the senior saints and the
Senior saints.
There's a scripture. Paul said, I can be anything to all people. So I can be a senior saint or I can be a heathen.
That's Miss Brenda.
I don't think that's what Paul said. That's not the way Paul. That's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. No. He said, I can meet you where you are. I'm not going to join you.
Thank you for the clarification.
Look, Jesus sat with sinners. He
right.
ate with sinners, but he didn't become a sinner. Right.
I would appreciate that clarification there. Just so we won't all in all, I think that is very important, and I think that has been a blessing for us all because it's worked both ways. If the younger may have gotten, the older ones to feel more life into them, and me personally having you guys, just older than me, getting the wisdom and things that I don't hear on the regular, taking me miles and miles. Yeah. And I appreciate it, and I always love the advice from each and one of y'all that y'all give me. Me and Reverend Albert talk, about personal life stuff, and we're a family, so I don't mind at all. Getting advice or criticism, or criticism just on people have been through things before you have. I tell young people that I know that don't want to hear a lot about older people because they don't care about experience. And I can tell you now, experience is going to take you a while.
right.
Listen to somebody done it before you for real.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
that's right.
That's
Because they're going to tell you something you ain't know.
Yep.
They don't care what guide you've been working, what instruction manual been told you. Somebody's been through that going to tell you a lot more than
That's
you
right.
that you can read in any book.
Somebody came out of it.
Somebody
That's
came
it.
out of it. And speaking of,
Because
came
some
out
people
of
get
it.
stuck in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a perfect segue right
That's
there.
good.
Speaking
That's
of
right.
came out of it, Rhonda with a perfect segue because I wanted to get to this, and this is a little more deep of a question or topic, but it's very important and vital because I think that people need to know of the heart that you guys have and how we have God in this crew. Can some of you name some of, because we have real life, I know, you know, we're actors and, you know, you see us, we're doing our thing, we're happy, we're fine, we have real life that goes on, and, you know, can some of you name some of the things that this crew may have helped you gotten through? And I can go first, me personally. I know when I was in this crew and I first started off and I had this shell of, you know, I'm fine, but I'm really not fine. And I actually talked to my cast crew about my thoughts and, you know, I was going through depression and I ended up getting on antidepressants, which now I am off antidepressants fully. Through God, you know, and but all in all, you know, I never would have been there without the people around me. Not just medication can't fully get you there. You know, the people around you, love around you, inspires you to get better and it helps you get better. So that for me, you know, going through that with y'all, making it to the end, and just having real people that care about you that didn't even have to grow up with you, you know, speaks volumes for me. So if any of y'all got any examples, anything you want to talk about how this crew helped you in real life.
I will.
Right.
Oh,
You
I
got
don't
my
need
sorry. Sorry. I'm about to give you a double mic. Okay.
In February this year, I lost my best friend and my hunting partner, and literally lost my mind in the process and had no clue how to come back and interact with the rest of the cast and crew. And I reached out to Daniel and was just like, you know, hey, I can't come to practice because I just couldn't make myself come in, and not gonna give out the play, but certain things in it were triggers for me. And then when I started to come back and I struggled to kind of just get back in the swing, nobody said, oh, get over it. At the end of every practice, Reverend Albert prayed, and you know, even when I felt hopeless, I felt like we would never find out, you know, the responsible parties and all the other things, and my mind was really in a lot of different places, and I watched my family struggle and suffer, and I still do. Everybody here prayed and literally have no clue how much you literally have taken me through it and continue to take me through it, because there's not a day I don't wake up and cry.
Yeah.
But I find purpose in every day because I know that I loved my baby so much, and I know he lived a good life. It was his, he wasn't perfect, but at the end of the day, I know that I should, you know, get up and just make every day count. And a lot of that comes from the conversations we've had where somebody said, hey, I've lost somebody just as close. I know what you're feeling, it's okay. You know, just reaching out through your inbox or text messages saying, hey, Rhonda, this is, you know, Reverend Albert just checking on you, or this is Angelina just checking on you, or Daniel. Those things were priceless for me. And it's in real time, like I'm still going through it.
Yes.
It's not done. Still trying to figure out how to process it, but I appreciate the fact that at no point in time did any person in this cast ever judge me for not showing up for practices, or judge me when, you know, I might have just been blah, because I couldn't get myself to give what I knew I had. But I'm grateful and thankful to have you all, and probably would still be in a very dark, depressed state if I didn't.
And that's what,
Thank
man.
you.
Give a round of applause for that, please. Thank you. Yes, that's love right there. I love. And that's real life.
Awesome.
That's so, and you know, man, it's just seeing people don't have to do the things they do.
They don't.
They don't have to check on you, right? They don't have to call you or anything. So I always appreciate even the smallest thing, like Rhonda said, just checking in.
I mean, I
You know,
have
just
people who've
saying.
been my friends for 20, 30, you know, I'm full.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm grown. Yeah, I'm grown. But I had people who I had, you know, shared my whole life with that never once texted me, never once reached out to me, saw it play out on social media. And I thought to myself, like, God, I was surrounding myself with people, and I would break my neck if I heard something was going on in their life, who wouldn't even send a quick, hey, are you okay? Or fake like you cared. But everyone in this cast was genuine, and you can't buy it, you can't portray it fake, you can't do any of that. So that's the biggest thing for me, is like And I don't know all, like you said, I just met some of you in the last year. So it's not like I've known you my whole life, but I got more from some of you than I did people I've known my whole entire life. So that's,
Look at God.
you can't, you just, we always say I'm country, we say ram in the bush and all the other things, but you all were definitely my ram in the bush in my time of need.
Wonderful, wonderful. Do anybody else?
I think it's obvious to me that we weren't just brought together for this production.
No.
You know, God had a bigger plan.
Yes, he did.
As part of your plan, your dreams, your aspirations, what he's doing in your life, he said, let me add to that.
That's right.
Let me do what I do
That's right.
and find purpose beyond what he's doing in your life, Daniel. And he's helping each of us individually and helping us collectively by just ramping up that purpose and through the relationship. Because I find God leads us and we follow, and we're doing a pretty good job at following his lead, because you all know that there are times where we don't start rehearsal because somebody needs something else. They don't need to be rehearsed, they need to address something, and we stop what we're doing and we address that, and that's God's way of allowing us to be there for one another so that his will is being done, meeting the needs that we have as individuals. And you're right, it's a lot of the little things that take place. Y'all make sure you let me know when you get home. Where they do that at anymore?
Right.
Who does that anymore, right?
Nobody else.
Let me know when you just tell me you made it home. Where is that kind of concern in our other circles? Where do you go where people look at you and say, you all right today? And they say, yeah. You sure? Because we know you're not. And I'm just kind of, okay, well, I'm praying for you. Not that you gotta talk about it, but we're getting to know each other in that way and what those needs are. So there's a much bigger purpose in what we're doing, and I think we're doing a good job at fulfilling that purpose, as well as why we're here for the cast and the production.
Yeah, I agree.
We really are family. I mean, that's what it feels like, because that's what, you get. You could be in another production company going through the same thing and have a whole different outcome because they're there for the production. And I love about Daniel is he's always been like, I'm here for you guys. Like, I ain't worried, we didn't ask for this practice. So, I mean, you don't get that anywhere else because people are on the time schedule and they got dates and things they want to meet. And I love the fact that you never put us in a box. You've always let us free roam. Might not always be a good idea because we can roam. But you've always let us have the opportunity. You always opened that door for us and gave us an opportunity to say, hey, if we need to start practice later, now you can practice at all. Because when I first started with you, we had one time we didn't practice at all. I think we had like a whole praise session when we first got started out. But it was because everyone was going through something. There was a need.
Right.
And so he changed up his plan for us so that God's plan for him, for what he was doing would come to pass. And so, I mean, I wouldn't trade for the world. I don't think I could work under somebody else after working with somebody who actually has a heart to care. It would be hard to go back to work with somebody that's like, yeah, you need to know this and do that. I'd probably be grown and say something.
Yes, I agree. And I think it comes out in our production. It comes out in our performance. The love we have for each other. We have each other's backs and all, and how we interact every day. That articulates on the stage, because if I got tension with Jatan, like real life, strange tension, the people don't see it who's sitting on stage, who's sitting back on their chairs watching the stage. They don't see stuff like that. So I think it's a blessing. And I think, like I said, going back to our director here, I want to switch gears over here to him. Mr. Blue Check guy, I heard some news about you. Yeah. Apparently, there's been a change. There's been, I don't know if they had a ceremony. Did they have a ceremony for these things? Apparently, our director, award-winning director Daniel Barksdale, has been notified by Facebook with the blue verified check that they give to celebrities and that they give to politicians. Anybody that's in our circle. Round of applause for that too.
Is that why you got that blue shirt on? You celebrating? Okay. Okay.
I want to let Dan talk about the So let Daniel talk about this. Daniel, what exactly is going on, and what was the process of becoming famous?
I told you business.
I'm about to say.
Check. I'm like, what?
That's what family does, right?
Like, what?
I saw it.
Yeah, check the media. Check. What that money?
Andrew ain't saying nothing. I'm about to tag a celebrity. Wait a minute. I had to stop my post and text him and find out.
I've never been friends with a blue
There-
I know.
Yeah, I know, neither. Daniel, before
There was a lot
Check,
of-
make sure we're still friends.
That's hilarious.
No. There was a lot of Daniel Barksdales out there, and I didn't want people to get confused as to who I am. Not take away from them, but
The Daniel Barksdale.
I wanted
The
I wanted
man
when people type in that they can know exactly who to go to. You know?
Wow.
So, but I don't talk about a lot of things that happen to me because I feel the need not to because I just feel like my dad always said, people will find out when they find out.
Okay.
You know, and when you start talking about yourself and your accomplishments, I think it really kind of, it's not a humble thing to do. So, and even when I got the award in Greensboro, I don't even tell that. I don't think I told it in Roanoke. I think Sean said I didn't tell it because it was a testimony, and that part didn't need to be shared of the testimony. But I just, I'm just that kind of person.
I think that should
kind
be a
proud.
part of Daniel's government name. Daniel award-winning. That should be on Facebook. That should be everywhere in the
Put it
world.
on your passport.
Yeah.
But
I
bottom
get the
line,
humble soul.
I thank God for all He's done, and I will always say that. So.
Well, how do you feel, Daniel? Because your productions, I hear about productions that I haven't been a part of now, and how good they were, and how good this is. What do you think about that comparison of the whole? Because basically, what they say is it's like Tyler Perry, no Medea. Like it's amazing. So when you get your production get compared to something so large, how does it feel when you look back? It's like, okay, I know, but you also have made it to where you have your own lane, of course. You know what I mean? But to be compared, it's like if I played sports and somebody compared me to Michael Jordan or LeBron, I'm like, that's something to think to.
Yeah.
So how does it feel when you hear stuff like that?
I used to, when people used to say they used to compare me to Tyler Perry, I used to, and I kind of, I'm grateful for that comparison because, he's who he is, great. But Ms. Brenda was actually the one who always corrects people when they say, and I never thought about it until Ms. Brenda said it. She said his name is Daniel Barksdale because people would say Tyler Jr. They would call me that.
They would.
Yeah, they would say, oh, that's Tyler Jr. or whatever. But Ms. Brenda would say, no, he's Daniel Barksdale. And now I've stepped into this is who I am.
Right.
Not taking away from what he does and who he
Yeah.
is, but this is who I am.
Right.
Because the gift that God gave me, He didn't give to Tyler, and vice versa. So I'm just trying to make a name for myself because what I want to do, I want to be recognized for my gift and my talent that God has given me.
That's great.
So
That reminds me of a story from a basketball player. When Kobe Bryant came into the league in 1997, I believe it was, Michael Jordan was the greatest thing on earth. He was everything to basketball. And he spoke about his first game against Michael Jordan. And he's in the locker room and he's asking the guys, about Mike, how he plays on the court and all those things like that. And the first thing he told him was, don't look him in the eyes. And Kobe, what do you mean? He's like, man, people were so afraid of him. They put him at such a stature, right?
Wow.
And he said, one guy looked at me and said, don't you call him Black Jesus, right? Kobe said, don't call him Mike.
right.
Because I am what that is. I am, that lion y'all talking about over there is Roman, I'm a lion too. And that's not to, be, conceited or anything like that, but sometimes, I know you're humble and that's great, but sometimes you have to put your stake in the ground
Yeah.
and say, yeah, this is who I am, this is what I do, and I know it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love your humble side, and award-winning director. We went down there for the ceremony, which is amazing. But when you go through this stuff, and you're just right here at this point, you're young. What is the end game for Daniel? I never asked you this. What is the end game? When you look back and you're 55, 60, what was the end game? What was the goal that you wanted to get to? What can you say is the final reward for you?
We're doing it now, but I want to definitely be able to continue the shows going. You know what I'm saying? I want them to go to a lot more cities and just being able to reach a lot more people. And I want, if we can do it bigger, with TV and hopefully movies. But I really want to be able to step away from it because I love singing and I love doing that. So I want to just be able to focus on that, but then also have the plays going without we gotta be a present. but they can still go without me and still do their own thing. That's my goal.
So basically, Daniel trying to have money, make money, while he make money on the side.
He wants to pay.
I like that. I like that.
Well, I want everybody to win. What Kurt Franklin say? Bless me. That song, bless me.
Look at me. Don't get me
Yeah,
started. Don't let me finish that line. Don't let me mess that up. Basically, like bless me before you stress me.
But he was saying in the song, I love it. He was talking about, the Lord bless me so that basically he can, bless others.
Okay.
And that's what I always ask. I said, God bless the vision so the vision can bless others in ways that they would need it as.
How much of an impact, I gotta let the people know more about you because you're behind the camera. How much impact your parents had on you with you thinking that way? Your mom and your dad, how much impact to get you to that point? You're thinking the way you're thinking right now. And does that come from a lot of your upbringing?
Well,
where does it come from? That's come from somewhere.
I think it's more than just my parents. I think it's just my family in general.
Okay.
My parents and then my aunts and uncles and grandma. I think just everybody in general.
Okay.
Because, I don't think we have anybody in my family who's. Well, you know what? I don't think, really anybody in my family that's kind of like conceited or, I think that we're all just kind of like that, level-headed. So I don't really think that I just think there was a whole doing with just my whole entire family.
That's just what it was around you.
Yeah.
So you just naturally.
Just everybody, parents, aunts, that's just everybody included.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
Somebody's gonna ask the question now.
Look, for the people at home, Daniel doesn't like a lot of attention. That's why he stays behind the camera. But as you can see, he's very good at it when he has a mic in his hand.
Very good.
Y'all, we are on tour. We have more cities to go to. Now, to the people at home, if you do want tickets, Daniel, you can help me. They have, I got to plug the ticket site in. Where can they go to get tickets for shows? The Ticketmaster,
search Daniel Barksdale, and then you'll be able to see all of the cities that we're going to. Atlanta, Raleigh is on there. Charlottesville is not. It's on Eventbrite, but still type in my name. And then that's it. Go get your ticket.
Okay. And also, as you heard, Daniel Barksdale does have a career in music. He is an artist, and you can also go to his Facebook page and have a blue check on there. And you'll be able to find his music and production. I got to get the plugs out the way. I have to get the plugs out the way. By the way, this segment is brought to you by Bistro Bros. If you want some good barbecue, go by Bistro Bros and get the barbecue that you need and you deserve. And tell me Anthony Train Johnson sent you here. Episode 104, we keep it moving, y'all. I got to do my plug. I'm sorry.
Get your plug.
Get my plug in. Thank you. So now we're going to go on to more cities. We will be coming to North Carolina next, right?
Yes.
Greensboro next.
weekend.
And I've never done on the road out of cities. I'm very excited about this, because Daniel allows us to have meet and greets afterwards. And when you're the villain of a play, your meet and greets are very interesting. So I have fun with this stuff, man. I know you guys have fun when you have the people come to y'all. Can y'all kind of say, what does it feel like when you get them people talking to you about how you're done and how much they appreciate it? We'll start with Vivian this time. We'll go this side. Vivian, how does it feel when you're talking to the people after your production and they're just telling you how much they appreciate the work you've done? Does it feel worth it in the end? How does it feel?
Well, it feels great. I'm always glad when we did a successful show and when they recognize it, they come out and say, "Well, I liked your character. They were very convincing." Because I tell you, he always gives me the best characters, so I don't have any complaints about my character's actions, so to speak. But I enjoy them when they come, and it seems like, after you see so many faces, unfortunately, they all begin to run together, and they're kind of saying the same thing. So it's good feedback, really, about how well we do.
That's a very interesting point about Vivian. She's right, though. You do it enough times, and it's like, man, it's like so many people. You appreciate it, and it's kind of like, all right, hold on. Didn't I see you like 2 times? But to all the people, we appreciate each and every one of you coming to us and giving us, that appreciation, because we work very hard for it. Yes. And it inspires us just to keep working hard, And Tracy, how you feel when people come up hollering at you and talking to you? Hey, like Tracy, I like it. Because some people don't like attention. Some people be a little off-putting.
I like that I make them feel good.
Okay.
You don't feel good when you make someone else feel good.
That's right.
That does a lot for yourself. Just that somebody liked what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Just a good feeling.
That is true. That's very true.
But I did want to ask a question.
Yes.
When do we have warm milk and cookies?
You have cookies?
Warm milk and cookies.
We did not have no warm milk and cookies, but we were supposed to have warm milk and cookies?
I thought we was having it after the segment.
Oh, nice right there. That's Tracy for you, y'all. I told y'all straight funny. Now I have to run to. Now.
I put them in the freezer. They in the freezer.
Now we'll have to pause the segment to run. Now we'll have to pause the segment to run to the nearest Walmart to grab some to make sure that we get through the night.
I'm gonna go to Lowe's.
Appreciate that. Sound guy got us. We're getting cookies from Lowe's.
I think they got famous
Snack machine.
They got famous Amos cookies over there.
I was just messing up at the old folks had warm and cookies.
For people at home, we're really getting cookies though. If we have any cookies for the people at home, Jatan Rucker could definitely bake you some amazing cookies. From her business. We'll get to that too. We'll get to that. Rhonda, please tell me how I feel when people roll up on you. Rhonda, how did it feel, girl?
It feels good. It feels good to know that they come to you and say, "Oh, your character is very believable," and they like it, and I like it. I like that somebody actually received what it was I was trying to do, because they came to me and said, "Yeah, you did a bad job." I'd probably be grown to say something. That's because my parents watch your show on Facebook. My mom and dad like sit at home and watch. I make sure they be like, yeah, she ain't saying that stupid.
What about you this time?
This time it was a little different because it happened to be my birthday and Daniel had shouted that out. And I think if they weren't saying happy birthday, they probably would have felt sorry for me. Because they probably thought that you was like really beating them.
Allegedly.
Because somebody did ask if we were friends in real life.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. People know it's a stage play, but when you do it good enough, you gotta let him acknowledge you, man.
It's like the Blink one for yes,
right. I think they were concerned about me, so I felt lots of love after the Roanoke show.
I think me personally, man, it's the different ranges of emotions that I give when people. It's definitely always appreciation, but it'll be some will come running happy with joy, some will come running like, oh my God, I couldn't stand it, but it was so good. And all in all, like I appreciate that people got the message, like Rhonda said, because I know that Daniel wants them to understand the message in the end.
Right.
So when I hear them kind of running it back to me of what they love the most, I'm like, oh, you really got the point of, you got it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the most important thing also. And I love interacting with people. I love making people smile. And it's just, I don't know what's this weird thing about husbands when they kind of want to give me my props, but they want to make sure their wife out their way. It's kind of odd. They're like, they come through and their wife's like, you did well. And like, you did good. And he's like, hey man, bro. You know me down on old lady come on, you are. It's like, so that's why I guess it's very. I almost want my meet and greets. I'm actually record my meet and greets from here on out. They're very funny. Y'all missed a lot of crazy. Yes, it's very crazy, but well worth it because they got the message. Yeah. Daniel, how I feel? They come talk to you afterwards. How I feel? I know that Daniel, all that attention, you probably, how you feel, man, when you finally understand that people, they understood what you put together for them?
I feel good. When they come to me and say they enjoyed the show, they had a great time, that makes me feel good. So I will say that my aunt, though, this time we was in Roanoke, and because whenever we get out, like away from Lynchburg, of course, we don't know them as much as we do in town. So my aunt, she had came up to beside me, and I guess they were coming close, because some of them was kind of like, really close, and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool, But when people you don't know, when they get kind of close, you don't know what they might do. So she was just there like, aren't y'all? She was right there, so I was like, but it's all love. I love everybody who comes out and has a good time, so it's great.
Wonderful, Mr. Bika.
I think I can say kind of what everybody has said, but I just do appreciate it. I appreciate folks that get from it what we intended for them to get. So especially when most of the time I think people forget that I acted, that they just remember that I sang that song at the end. Oh my God. And I'm like, praise the Lord. Because for me, that's like God has gotten the glory. You got the message through the song. If you forgot everything else I said through this, you got that message through that song. And so I appreciate that.
And that's I got to show that in there right there. Some people are what they call multi-talented, and that's what Tamika is.
Yes.
She acts very well, sings very well, you know. So I think that people, they're just overwhelmed. She acts so well, and then the singing comes in, and it's like, wow. So, you know, and that's the tribute to Daniel. Find these people that can do both. You know, Vivian can sing. Who else singing up here? Tracy can sing and act. Brenda sing and act. So when you have these people that are like multi-talented, it overwhelms
Kevin. How many jobs he done this whole production? How many jobs has he done?
How many jobs?
Ask how many jobs.
How many jobs? We're talking to the people at home. We're talking to sound guy Kevin, who's behind the camera right now. Apparently, he has a career in music that I never knew anything about. Jack of all trades. Kevin sings too?
Yes, science now. She just playing the instrument.
I see instruments, but he don't play instruments without singing. You know,
he did the background.
He did background songs.
Yeah.
Some background.
I'm behind stage and y'all up there doing that
He did
stuff.
the
I'm at home, y'all do that.
He do it all.
Amazing. I can't do that. That's too many talents, man. You gotta sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Hey, you're great, God, boy. Give me rough my mic. Can you teach me how to sing? Can you teach me how to sing a little bit? Moving right along. Reverend.
I think after the show during the meet and greet, I'm humbled. I really feel humbled by comments and what people share. That they didn't get the message, they got their message.
Okay.
Is what I really appreciate hearing, because they may not get the message from you. They may not identify with your character, your role. They may not, but they identify and they got their message that they needed, whether it was from the song or someone else's individual role, or the whole theme of it. Some people resonate more with what's happening in to the church, or the news is shared, because of the history or whatever. But I'm humbled by the fact that people tune in the way they do when they're at the show. They really get plugged in, and the show just grabs them, and they get captivated by it, and they're not afraid to take in what they're seeing, feeling, and experiencing. And I think for me, there's hope that what they take, they're going to use to the glory of God for their life, their families, whatever, the message is for them. So I'm just humbled, and I'm amazed at, watching God work through a performance like this in people's lives, that it can touch them where they need it. Not just entertained, but to really be able to take something away that's tangible and purposeful for their life.
Okay, wonderful. Now, Adrian, I know you don't have the same exact experience as the cast members do, but you at the end of these productions, you can see that your work has made it to the end. That, okay, everything I did today was right. Everybody got their mics right. Everybody, you know what I mean? So, how do you feel?
You shady.
Right.
No pun intended. Someone may have had a mic malfunction last show on the road.
That was Adrian. Adrian didn't do that, right?
It was not her fault. It was me. It was my fault.
But Adrian definitely had her wheel spinning on how to fix this problem. Can you go out there and figure out, can you tell her something like, we gotta act? So how do you feel, Adrian? When you get to the end of it, you're like, all right, you got it right.
I just like to see you all shine, and I like to see, at the end when people come up, and I just love to see you all shine. And so when I can support you all and help you all be the best that you can be, that's when I feel good about what I'm doing behind the scenes.
Man, that's a perfect answer right there.
Love Adrian.
I mean, Adrian's literally a presidential candidate. Wow. That's perfect right there. Brickhouse, Miss Brenda. How you feel when your fan club come pulling up on you screaming with their roses and all that crazy? How you get them off you? How you feel?
I love it. But I want to tell some of them it's only a play, just to act. Because with my character, I'm a church secretary that goes to the liquor store. And I had a friend of mine that come up one time and told me I didn't know you were alcoholic. shaking my hand. She said, I thought I saw you in that.
Oh, you serious? Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, to the people at home, I had a stage play. Brenda's not an alcoholic. I'm not an abusive, crazy man, psychopath. And Olivia,
I ain't never
Todd is
scared.
never scared.
Don't do that to it. Bone crusher. Never ever.
Last thing I thought I would hear was Bone Crusher today. Yes.
That's on the playlist.
But that was a wonderful time, man. I'm going way too long, y'all. Wonderful show and everything and all that. I got to get this out the way, y'all. If any of you guys have anything y'all would like to say to anybody at home, anything you want to motivate them with, or just say hello, I want to go down the line, and I have a few last things for you guys at the end. But I always want to remember this, because you do something like this, and you may just, you end it and you're like, man, I want to say this about that person, or say happy birthday to this person, or say anything. It could be your business, anything. Brenda, anybody you want to say anything to, anything you'd like to say for your farewell, we'll call it, to the people at home.
Oh, you all keep your hands in the hand of the Lord.
Amen.
God will take you wherever you want to go.
That's right.
I love that.
I just want to say thank you, Daniel, for allowing me to be a part of the production and to just grow and just thank you all. I think you all are really awesome.
I would say get your tickets. If you want to see something that you can relate to, get your tickets. Charlottesville, Greensboro, Raleigh, Atlanta. Get your tickets, because what we're doing depicts real life. There's a piece of life for everybody that you can relate to. You'll see something in a character, in a portion of the production itself that you can relate to. And there's something in it for everybody. Really, you don't want to miss it. If you can at all, do it. Get a ticket. Come to the show. You'll be glad that you did.
I think Reverend Albert said everything I was going to say.
Say it for the people in the back. Somebody didn't hear.
Ditto. No, I did want to say though, I appreciate Daniel for being one of the most encouraging people in my life, and probably in a lot of yours as well. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be a part of this, and all the great friends that
I just want to say, just never give up on what you want to do in your life. And that's my biggest thing, because the enemy will try to attack your mind, but just don't give up. Just keep going. And I want to say to the cast and to the crew, to everybody who's helped with the production, I'm so grateful that God allowed me to be able to utilize the gifts and talents that's inside of each and every one of you. And this has been a joy. This has probably been one of my best productions that I've done, because like Reverend Albert said in the beginning, the bond is just unmatchable. Everyone else, the shows I've done, I love them, I do, but this is something different about this production. So I'm just grateful for every life in the room, and those who are not with us too. So
Definitely, no question. Me personally, as always, I'm grateful for the people around me, my cast members, the people at home, of course, Jamon and Angelina, who's not here. I'm thankful for all these guys. I'm thankful for Kevin the sound guy. I'm thankful for this young music band that can just, they're so talented, and I can't say enough of how good of young men they are.
yes.
That it just makes me feel good and inspires me to see younger guys like them. It gives hope. So when I see stuff like that, that gives me life and hope. Being around, all these different personalities make me feel so well. And to my people at home, I gotta really say something about my mother, my aunt, and my daughter. From day one of all of my crazy, hectic entertainment stuff, they have been there. They've been the biggest fans. I've had to miss out on family time and important things, but they've always been there, and they've always been very excited about everything I do. And even my daughter now, she wants to act. She's very talented. And it's like I'm letting her be whatever she wants to be. But I know she's waiting on me to ask Daniel, can she be in something one day? I know she is. I know she, at 9 years old. So, but all in all, I'm thankful, man, because nothing happens by accident. And, Brad was telling me this a few weeks ago, when I think I was saying coincidence this and coincidence that. It's not a coincidence, not an accident. It's divine work that's going on. And it's been amazing. There's been so much growth for me personally. And just having these guys around, man, it's just been so much love, and I've been loving it, and I'm just ready to just keep on working hard, man. What about you, Tom?
I'm gonna put a different message out here. I want to thank everybody in the cast and the crew for what you guys mean to me and letting me share my experiences. You guys have seen me go through a tumultuous relationship, but we're not gonna talk about that.
We'll save that for another episode.
But
That will be on Brenda After Dark next episode. We'll be live Thursday.
yeah, there might be a lot of customer. But no, I really want to thank you guys for letting me share those things because, like I said, shout out to therapy, and that's where I want this message to go. I encourage anybody who is going through something and don't feel like you have a group like this that you can talk to. Find a therapist. They are not cheap, and they do have waiting lists in the Central Virginia area, but get on one and talk to your insurance company, go cry broke. I don't know what you got to do to get in there, but get on somebody's sofa and talk about your problems in a judgment-free zone.
That's right.
Like, it will literally change your life. My life has not changed yet, but it's changing. So, I believe, I know that in our community we have the battle between taking it to God and taking it to therapy, and I take it to both.
Right.
And
That's right.
It just keeps me going,
Right.
So I will encourage you to do that, and please break that that stereotype of we don't need to go get therapy or therapy won't help, because it really does. So.
And before we move on, that's a lot right there to deal with because as you people you don't know, she's my co-star. This is my fiance in the play. And to go through so much that you're going through and dealing with the type of tumultuous character that you have to deal with, in me, there's a lot to juggle, and it is something to applaud.
That's
to
why she goes to therapy on Wednesday.
Get back to early in the podcast.
Grab, always bring it home for me. I'm so close to me. Finish the picture for me.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just wonderful, man. I love it all, man. Rhonda?
Thank you to everybody, and Daniel, you're amazing. Thank you for always being a safe space, everyone. To people at home, I would like to say, surround yourself with the right people.
That's right.
Everybody that is sitting to your left or your right may not have your best interest in mind. They have theirs sometimes, and they will rock and ride with you until your wheels literally fall off and you're walking.
Yes.
And then they'll walk away. So make sure you surround yourself with the right people, that when you're going through life, you have people that you can connect to that will fill you back up when you're empty.
That's right. That's good.
Wonderful. Miss Tracy.
Lights, camera, action.
Say that, Tracy. Go ahead. Say that.
She said you can show
Say
us
that. Yes.
That's it. That's what it is.
That's it. All right, we're moving on to business.
We gotta take another.
Epic.
She said it.
She said what she said.
Hey. I'd just like to give a shout out to my family. I love you very much. Thank you for your patience while I have continuously practiced my lines every morning, every afternoon, every evening when you get home and you hear the same lines over and over again. I want to thank you for that love and that patience, and I especially want to give a shout out to my grandson, Terrence. He's my best fan.
Big shout out to all our families who have our backs, man. We do appreciate you all. We're all hardworking people. We got demanding schedules, man, but it's good to have family around. To the people at home, man, if you want to see this play, man, definitely go to Ticketmaster, like Daniel Barksdale said earlier. Get your tickets now. Get them early. These shows have been selling out randomly. You don't want to be left out. Next up is Raleigh, North Carolina. Greensboro, North Carolina. And that will be on give the date. Greensboro, North Carolina. Do not pull up.
Don't get it twisted.
In the wrong
Don't go to Raleigh till November, please.
To my people in Raleigh, slow it on down. Yeah. Greensboro next.
Oh, okay. Adrian, you sending a tour? I'm done.
I'll send them a picture of the flyer.
Yeah. I'll be there, I guess. We're on tour. Get your tickets now. Atlanta will be our we're our biggest city that we'll go to. We're very excited about that. To people in Atlanta, we're gonna come give you all an amazing show. Give our all, man. I need to say this one time, man. Episode 104. It's been a pleasure. People at home, get a round of applause, please. Give a round of applause for yourself, guys, please. Wrong button. Thank you. Wonderful time. As you all know, man, this is episode 104 with your boy Anthony Train Johnson. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to get any of these guys or see them on Facebook or anything like that, man, just go to my Facebook and just get them off my friends list. That's what you do. But just enjoy yourself, enjoy your night. And y'all know how we do it, man. This is not small talk. This is Candid Talk, man. We're going to ride over Brittany Jane again. And if you want this show, man, share it, give it to your friends, play it over and over. We appreciate it. Much love for the cast of crew. Sunday morning, Daniel Barksdale, everybody at home. It's been a good run, man. We're out. Peace.
How come I gotta forgive and forget? Walk around acting like you ain't done no silly shit. Silly boy, silly boy, silly boy. Shattered my mind, trying to protect your heart, and I forgot about mine. But then I woke up one day, realized I can't stay in your ways, no. It's time for me to leave, it's time for me to go. Gotta do what's right, I gotta let you go. 'Cause I'm a flower, I got the power. I look so good, I'm about to blossom.
You a flower in the concrete. You can blossom all around me.
I'm a flower, I got the power. I look so good, I'm about to blossom.
You a flower in the concrete.
Yeah.
You can blossom all around me. Yeah. So I saw this little flower and I like to see her bloom. It's my confidence that shows the proof. I like to shower you because I want to see you grow to how it could be. The way you see me, can you photosynthetically provide? Did you catch a lie? 'Cause roses really smell like woo-woo. Wait until the night, until the sun do. Consuming all that negativity until you breathe through. Look how we just don't grow. Ooh. You a flower, yeah, you got the power. You look so good, you about to blossom. Yeah, you are a flower. Yeah, you got the power. You look so good. You about to blossom.
It is what it is, can be what it can be. All I can do is start loving me. It is what it is, can be what it can be. All I can do is start loving me. I'm a flower, I got the power. I look so damn good, I'm about to blossom.